Hi. Oil companies drill wells to produce hydrocarbon, oil and gas for making profits and increase revenues. But they don't decide to drill a well until they take in consideration some factors of impact on well drilling decision. They don't drill wells either exploration, appraisal, development, or injection or whatsoever unless they obtain all the information and data that confirm first the presence of hydrocarbon in the area, the reservoir quality, the production potential, and also the availability of the technology and the advanced equipment for drilling. Once all these data and information are available, the company make the assessment for the well site or the well area where they want to drill, then they decide to drill or not to drill. In this video, I will talk about the factors that control company decision for drilling well. So let's start.
Technical factors control well drilling decision. Surface geomorphology, type of structure, petroleum system, heterogeneity, depth, and technical stuff. First, surface geomorphology. Well location is significantly controlled by surface geomorphology. Actually, the surface should not be steep, dipping in sharp angle, or has a plenty of holes, or in area with hills or valleys or sand dunes, etc. As a rule of thumb, the surface must be flat for rig stability and smooth well operations and transportation flexibility from well site to the base and vice versa. Second factor, the type of the structure. Type of structure controls well drilling strategy and location optimization. Structures such as anticlines, different types of faults, as well as sequence boundaries, all control the architecture and geometry of the reservoir, hence its potential to accumulate hydrocarbon. So it's essential to understand the type of the structure based on which the company can locate wells to be drilled. The third factor, petroleum system. It must be identified and learned to confirm the existence of hydrocarbon in the area or the basin. There are several questions must be answered before drilling the first hole in a new area. Some of them go as follows. Is there a seal to prevent oil from migration? How far is the source rock? What is the location of the source rock relative to the reservoir? Is it charging multiple reservoir layers? What is the migration estimated time as it provides insight about the volume of hydrocarbon accumulated in the reservoir? Does the reservoir has a good properties, permeability and porosity mainly? What is the composition of the source rock, shale or shale limestone? Type of the kerogene as it controls the gas-oil ratio and provides expectations about dry gas quantity in the reservoir. What is the distance of the migration as it affects hydrocarbon properties? All these questions must be answered before drilling new areas. Sure, you don't want to drill wells in a place where no petroleum system is available, even if other elements for well drilling decision is available, such as structure. Another factor is heterogeneity. Heterogeneity controls number of wells to be drilled as well as the well location and design. To explain more, imagine that we have two fields with a clastic reservoir fluvial system. In field A, we have a reservoir composed of vertical stacked sand channels of clean sand with no clay layers or any barriers, whilst in field B, a clastic reservoir is heterogeneous, composed of isolated sand channels and clay sand. In reservoir A, generally wells to be concentrated inside the borders of the sand channel. They are designed to target the full body of the reservoir, which is composed of stacked sand channels. Well designed for such cases is pilot hole or vertical well. On the other hand, the wells in the reservoir 2 will be located in different places targeting each individual sand channel with hydrocarbon potential. They will cover wider area compared to wells in reservoir A, taking in consideration the difference in area, geometry, and depth of the fluid contacts between both cases. The well design for such heterogeneous reservoir can be pilot or deviated, or in case of thin sand layer, horizontal wells are preferred. Another important factor is the depth. Deep or very deep reservoirs are hard to reach, as it is costly with drilling hazardous challenges. The deeper the target is more risk, and the risk is on the top of the company priority when it comes to drilling decision. There are several technical issues might be encountered during drilling in deep reservoirs, such as losing drilling string, and the worst of all is the blowout potential. So the company must be supplied with all the tools and technology necessary for drilling deep wells. Drilling wells is high level responsibility, as each individual well costs millions. So companies, to ensure that drilling the well will reach the target and make money, they need to recruit professional people with good experience and skills. They need drilling engineer to design schematic plan and well architecture. They need a driller to drill the well and steer it to the target. They need a geologist who can make estimations about the reservoir potential in terms of properties and also to determine the depth of reservoir interval from data. They need a geophysicist to confirm the well location selection and to identify the type of the structure. They need a reservoir engineer to test the well production and monitor well behavior. They also need decision makers, managers, coordinators, CEOs to make a clear decision for well drilling, hence develop the field and make revenues for the company.
Geoscience skills. Thank you for keeping learning.